This is Showtime Sean Porter.
This is Aerosmith Jr.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse Vargas.
And you're watching True School Sports.
You're watching True School Sports.
All right. And you're watching True School Sports.
Stay tuned.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I'm going to walk out the shop because I'm packing right now. You know, we're making content on the move. These are the things you got to do. You know, right now I'm in San Antonio. I'm about to go drive back to Dallas with my homie Felipe. But while I'm in the room, while I'm packing, I'm going to create content for you guys. So we just got done talking about Gervonta Davis and Teofimo, Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz. And Gervonta had a performance last night against Leo Santa Cruz, which, in my humble opinion, it was a great building block and a great step in the right direction towards making him that pay-per-view star that boxing so desperately, and when I say boxing, I don't mean all the fans, I mean like the boxing industry. That boxing wants him to become, the industry of boxing, I should say. And with that being said, people are asking, like, what's the best fight out there for Tank? I've gotten that question a couple times already. And when I think about the best fights at lightweight right now, right? There's so many options for Tank. You got obviously Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia has been talking about fighting him a lot, and there's that fight. Then you got obviously Devin Haney, and as many of us know here on YouTube, Devin Haney has a cult fan base on YouTube. And shout out to all the Devin Haney fans, because we need Devin Haney to be successful as well in boxing, because like I said, he's very popular, he's likable, he's marketable. I think he's got a great future in the sport. You got him, and then you got in my opinion, and I've been saying this for a while, the best of the bunch. One of South Florida's very own. The undisputed lightweight champion, Teofimo Lopez. I think he's the best one. So when you ask me, Brett BT, who's the best fight out there for Gervonta Tank Davis? I want to see the Lopez fight. When Teofimo beat Lomachenko, he called out. We saw in Tank's last fight when he stepped up to 135, when he fought an old, decrepit shot Yukio Gamboa, he didn't look so hot. He didn't look so good in that fight. So while Tank has proven himself at 130, while he has done his thing at 130, and I think 126 as well. Oh no, my bad. 130. Okay. He's proven himself at 130. But when we talk about him fighting at 135, as talented as he is, as good as he is, the reality is right now at this point, at this juncture, on November 1st, 2020, sometime around 11 a.m. in Central Time, Gervonta Davis has not proven himself at 135 pounds. And I think it would be a big step up in class for him to go from fighting a guy in Santa Cruz who's not even naturally a 130 pounder, who's a 126 pounder, 126 pounder coming up to 130 to challenge him, to fight that guy, and then turn around and fight like a Lopez, a guy that not only is he a full-fledged 135 pounder, but he's a big 135 pounder. He's a 135 pounder that just beat the other best 135 pounder, Lomachenko, and he's really feeling confident. And the fight before he fought Lomachenko, he stopped with Jacome in 2 rounds. So when we talk about Teofimo Lopez, we're not talking about potential, because listen, potential is like when somebody hasn't accomplished something and you're talking about what they could possibly accomplish in the future. That's what potential is. But we're not talking about potential. When we talk about Teofimo Lopez, we're talking about greatness. We're talking about someone who's went out there and did it, because what is greatness? Greatness is the absence of potential. Greatness is the absence of possibilities. Greatness is when you take these possibilities and they are self-actualized, they are realized, and he's done that by beating Lomachenko. He's done that by beating Comey. He's done that by becoming undisputed lightweight champion. Whether I think he's the undisputed lightweight champion. I know people out there will disagree, but I look at him as undisputed lightweight champion of the world at this juncture in time. So I think for me, look, the Devin Haney fight is great. If it happens, that'd be amazing. If Teofimo stays 145, the Devin Haney fight would be awesome. And honestly, here on True School Sports, me and H Money, Mr. DAZN, I was on a stream recently, and we were actually talking about setting up. We had an idea about how we want to try to build that fight up. So we're gonna work on that soon. But for me as a boxing fan, style-wise, the fight I want to see the most isn't Devin Haney versus Lopez. The fight I want to see the most is Gervonta Davis versus Teofimo Lopez, because I just think that the style match would be so crazy. You would have the short, stocky, fire hydrant, Mike Tyson-esque and yes, I said Mike Tyson-esque punching power at 135, pound for pound, of Gervonta Davis, fighting a guy in Teofimo Lopez who's shown in his short time in the boxing ring that he can do it all. He can do it all. He's won fights knocking guys out, like Richard Comey, and he's won fights outboxing the best technical boxer in the sport, arguably, in Vasily Lomachenko. So just a style matchup that you got the whole Bob Arum, Floyd Mayweather narrative. You're gonna have obviously Teofimo Senior involved, and that's always makes for great television. As he's never one to mince his words, to be quiet. I just think that's a fight boxing needs. And if we're being honest right now, I know Ryan Garcia has the most Instagram followers, and I fair play to him. He's done a great job of marketing himself on Instagram. He's the most popular fighter in all of boxing, aside from like Anthony Joshua. I think he's that damn popular on Instagram. He's got like 7 million followers. But if we're talking about guys who are actually getting ticket sales, guys who are actually delivering ratings, the two guys that are the stars of 135 that are delivering ratings and actually making an impact in the boxing ring, not on social media, in the boxing ring, that's Gervonta Davis and his Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez against Lomachenko, he did like what? He did 3 million views, about 2.9 million views on ESPN. That was the peak. The average is about 2.8, but that number, doesn't factor in ESPN Plus streaming and ESPN Deportes streaming. So he definitely got over 3 million streams on ESPN, 3 million viewers on ESPN. One of the highest viewed fights boxing's had on television in quite some time. So you got that. Then you got Gervonta Davis, who delivered the knockout of the year in San Antonio, Texas, in front of a pro-Mexican crowd. So he's won a whole slew of fans in Mexico. His social media numbers are shooting up. He's going viral all over social media right now. And he's a proven when these arenas were allowed to be full, he's a proven ticket seller. So I just feel like when you factor in the styles, the Mayweather Arum narrative, where these guys are at in terms of what they're doing, on TV and on pay-per-view, I don't think that the Tank Davis pay-per-view numbers are going to be great, but the ripple effect of what he did on his pay-per-view are going to be greater than his pay-per-view numbers. You see what I'm saying? So that when you look at the hype both these two guys have right now, coming out the last performances, I think the best time for them to fight would be like right now. Right now would be best time for them to fight, because it wouldn't be bigger. It wouldn't be any bigger, in my opinion, than it is right now. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times in the past. I've also been right quite a few times. I think I'm actually right a lot more than I am wrong. But I think this fight would be a great time for it to happen now. To me, it's a no-brainer. It really is a no-brainer for this fight to happen. And listen, Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez have been talking real greasy to each other in their interviews. In the build-ups to their fights, Teofimo called out Gervonta for fighting smaller fighters. Gervonta, before his fight with Leo, said that Teofimo Lopez is not a total package and that he's a total package. So listen, I'm from South Florida, and where I'm from, you can't just claim to say you're about something or say you're this or say you're that. You gotta prove it. You gotta validate it in the ring. And I don't want these guys to be. I don't want one guy to be over here saying he's the best, and I don't want another guy to be over here saying he's the best, and I don't want another guy over here to be saying he's the best, and I don't want another guy over here to be saying he's the best. I want these guys to start fighting each other, and I want these guys to start putting on the fights that the fans want to see, and that are going to drive big numbers for boxing, bring a lot of attention to boxing, and grow the sport. Because I feel like when you talk about Gervonta Davis and you talk about Teofimo Lopez, those two right there at this juncture, at this moment in time. Those two are two of the biggest American boxing figures in this country. Right now they are, because Gervonta's got the whole Floyd Mayweather thing going for him. He's known in the hip hop community because he's in music videos and shit. Now he's on pay-per-view and he's fighting at San Antonio at the Alamo Dome, a place where traditionally speaking American fighters don't do well. So I want to see this fight. I do know that Floyd Mayweather talked about this fight happening recently, and he stated that Gervonta is the A side and this, that, and the third, and that's why I think this fight might not happen, because I feel like right now those two should be, if they do fight, I look at it as like a 50-50 split. In my opinion, but I'm not no businessman, so make it that what you will. But regardless, if you ask me which fight I want to see at 135, if you ask me which fight I'm most excited for in the lightweight division, it's Gervonta Davis versus Teofimo Lopez. To me, the Devin Haney fight is great, but I feel like that Devin Haney fight could be better in terms of it being bigger if Devin Haney just beats a couple more names and really makes a bigger mark for himself in the boxing ring, you know? I mean, I know on social media he's doing his thing, he's handling his business. Much respect to the young kid Devin Haney, but right now for me, at 135, the fight is a no-brainer. It's Gervonta versus Teofimo Lopez. So you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.
Le mando un saludo a todos los fans, bendiciones, cuídense.